Hi, good morning, friends. Happy New Year. We are back. Revivo Violins and Catherine. Today we're demonstrating a violin. It's labeled as a Roth. It's more of a student grade Roth violin, but don't let that student grade rating or label fool you. It's a nicer violin, but that's for you to decide. So we'll turn it over to Catherine.
Alrighty, just to start off with, I think this instrument has a very lovely balance. We've upgraded the strings to a higher tension string, which kind of gives the instrument a little bit more resonance and a little bit more oomph versus the lower tension strings that it had before. But overall, it has a very nice balance of sound. It has an even output with each and every string. And one thing that I surprisingly like about this instrument is it's not too abrasively loud. It doesn't really hurt my ears. It's not super loud, but it produces a very healthy sound, which is something that will give someone who is learning the violin, they'll give them a very good idea of kind of like how to manage their dynamics. And we'll learn that you don't have to sound loud all the time. You're able to kind of go into those soft dynamics, but also learn how to produce more powerful dynamics as well. Yeah, I think this is a great instrument for practicing your range of dynamics. The soft dynamics, as what you heard whenever I was just kind of noodling with this scale, it really was able to get down to a soft dynamic without losing a lot of core sound, and that's something that I love to hear in an instrument. Sometimes whenever we play really soft, due to whatever reason, the quality of the instrument or maybe the string, there could be a myriad of reasons, but sometimes we lose that core sound. We lose, and it turns really whispery and kind of what I call styrofoamy. It starts to have like a styrofoam sound. But when I got really soft, I heard the note very clearly. It was just like we were turning the volume button down, just turning down the dynamic without losing quality. And also, I was really giving it like a ton, if not my full arm weight just now, and I didn't hear any crackles. It didn't give out under the weight of my arm, so you could really input a lot of weight and power into the instrument, and it can handle it, which I think is just fantastic for a student instrument. two separate pieces, and there were two more advanced pieces. I just wanted to play those to kind of test and give you a chance to hear kind of what more advanced pieces would sound like on the instrument. I think this could handle, you know, Mozart and some of those more advanced pieces, but it's, you know, if you're looking for something with more professional quality, I think you should definitely check out some of the other demos for sure. I think this is a really fantastic instrument though for those who are you know, in the intermediate area going into advanced. Again, it has a really lovely dynamic range. It has a lovely bright direct sound, and you know, it's not too terribly loud, which I really appreciate about this instrument, because some instruments can just be very overbearingly loud, and it's hard to get a combination of different colors. And so I would say that this is fantastic for those of you who are in orchestra, for those of you playing an orchestra, maybe playing in chamber music. This is great for school, for those UIL performances and solo ensemble performances. This one would be absolutely fantastic for that. But let's hear one more piece, because I definitely want to test out the upper register of these strings. Wow, you really do get a lot of clarity in the sound with the articulations. It is quite clear whenever you go up onto the upper register of this instrument. It doesn't get muddy. It doesn't sound like someone is, you know, holding a hand over your mouth while you're talking. It speaks very clearly, and you're able to hear all of the articulations. And so this instrument definitely has a very clear voice. It's not too loud, but you're able to achieve all of the dynamic ranges that you would like to have. And it can handle anything from, I would say, beginner up until early advanced. So if you're looking for a well-balanced instrument that just, you know, has a really nice sound and is very capable, I would say the Roth is the one to go with.
Wonderful. Thank you once again. Knocked it out of the park, Catherine. So I have a specific customer. We'll just ask one quick question that is graduating from a 3/4 size. They're growing into a 4/4. They want something that has a little bit more depth and a little bit more, I don't know, just lower end. And I think just number one, moving out of a 3/4 into a full size is going to tremendously help. But I just wanted to ask your opinion on that lower end of this violin, kind of what your thoughts are.
I think that if you're asking about the lower register, I think it has a nice sounding lower register. It's, you know, it's very clear. It's not muddy at all. It's well balanced all the way up and down the string. I would say it's more on the power side than it is like the super warm side. I would say it's more bright, which is really good if you're trying to, like, you know, really make if you're trying to make lower notes like really pop and stand out. And so I think that's going to be a huge contrast and a huge level up from the 3/4, because, you know, because of the size of the instrument, that lower register can't really, you know, push out and speak out as well as it can on a 4/4, especially this instrument. And so this one has a bit of a brighter G string, and so it will just, you know, it'll speak out, you'll hear it, and you'll hear it with a lot of clarity.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and thank you for online friends for listening. Play on.